Hello, everyone, and welcome to our introductory webinar helping you to get started using your Artwork Archive account. I'm Cassidy, and I'm the Product Education and Marketing Lead here at Artwork Archive. I help train new and existing clients on how to use the platform, and I'm also a visual artist based in Los Angeles. A little history about Artwork Archive. We began in 2010 as one of the first cloud-based art inventory systems. Our aim is to provide artists with the tools they need to get organized, manage and grow their businesses, and showcase their work. It is our passion to build the most intuitive, powerful, and reliable tool for art management. We like to think of Artwork Archive as an extension of your studio, so a virtual studio assistant, if you will. And you can access all of the features of your account from anywhere on any device, so there's no need to download anything or have a special app. This is incredibly handy when you're on the go and need to reference available inventory or information about your work, or look back at the details of a conversation you had with a collector. And we'll show you how to access and add all of that information in this webinar today. To begin, let's answer the question we often hear artists ask, which is, why archive my studio at all? Well, there are many answers to this, but a few of our favorite reasons include shaping your own artistic legacy, giving curators insight and context for future exhibitions, tackling financial reports, taxes, and insurance in better form, increasing the value and accessibility to your work for others to research, view, and purchase, protecting your rights by saving intellectual property, important legal documents, and correspondence, and ultimately, free up your mental load so that you can spend more time on what matters, like making art. Whether you're looking for a platform to help organize and manage all aspects of your business, save you time, showcase you and your work, or capture your artistic legacy, we'll go over all the ways you can use the Artwork Archive platform so you can determine if it's a good fit for you and your career. And as a reminder, this is an introductory webinar focused on giving you an overview of the basics for getting started with Artwork Archive, where we'll show you how to navigate your account dashboard, upload artwork, create collections, offer a general overview of our key features and reports, and help you to get started with your public profile. And once you're feeling comfortable within the platform, we also host a 201 webinar going more in depth with some of these features we highlight here today, so you can continue getting the most out of your Artwork Archive account. If you're interested in watching that session, you can find it in the webinars tab on our website. We really appreciate you taking this time to learn more, and we hope this webinar equips you with the knowledge you need to get started today. All right, let's dive into the platform. When you log into your Artwork Archive account, you will land on the Pieces page. This will be considered your home base, where you can add artwork, run reports, and access all of the various features the system has to offer. You will find all other features on the top left-hand menu here, and can access them by clicking into that menu item. On the bottom of that left-hand menu, you can find additional resources to help you get your account up and running, like the Learning Center that has video tutorials, a library of help documents, and other webinars to help build upon what you learn here today. Under the Resource tab, you will find the Discovery section, where you can view other artist profiles on Artwork Archive, Call for Entry, where you can find up-and-coming opportunities for your career, educational guides, where you can learn more about art business topics like marketing, applying for grants, financial information, specifically for artists, and step-by-step guides for inventorying your artwork, as well as our blog, where we provide weekly articles with tips, artist features, and interviews with art experts around the world. You will also find your inbox, where you will find any messages or purchase requests coming in from your public profile, should you choose to have one, and your account settings, where you can update your currency and measurement settings for those of you outside of the US, and add additional users if you have an assistant or another person you wish to add to the account. So the best place to get started is on the Piece View. The Piece View will give you an overview of all your artworks in the system, and you can choose between different layouts here. So you can have gallery, extended, and list views, depending on what you prefer. 3 other main features you will want to familiarize yourself with on the screen are the sort, filter, and search bars. Sort is where you set the order in which you want to view your works. Now, this will only sort your private dashboard view of your pieces. This does not sort the pieces on your public profile. But I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Filter is where you can select the works you wish to view based on the criteria specified. So this is one of the most important aspects of the site to get familiar with, as the filter feature is not only used on this screen, but also when you go to build private rooms, reports, and other key features throughout the site. As an example, I want to see only my available pieces that are oil on canvas. So I'll click Status and then select Available, and come over here to medium and select oil on canvas. And this medium reflects what I insert when uploading my pieces. So now I only see my available work that is oil on canvas. There's also a general search option that you can use when you have specified keywords you're searching for, and every field is fully searchable in the system. Under your view options, you will have the action items. So this is where you will upload artworks one at a time here under New Piece, upload artworks in bulk up to 20 pieces at a time, or update multiple fields at a time under Bulk Actions. Or you can also generate reports, which we will cover more in depth near the end of this session. We know that the prospect of getting organized can be daunting, and this is especially true for those of you that have been at it a number of years or decades. So when beginning to archive your studio, we always advise starting with your newer work that is fresher in the memory so that you can begin getting value out of the system more quickly, and then saving your older work for those rainy days. We also have some import options for those of you coming from another system or that have data in a spreadsheet. So if you're interested in that process, feel free to reach out to us after the webinar. The first thing you will want to do when setting up your account in Artwork Archive is start uploading artwork. So we recommend starting with at least 4 pieces, as that'll give you the ability to better explore some of the other features. And again, you can upload your work by clicking New Piece here, or you can also bulk upload in sets of 20 under Bulk Actions. So let's click New Piece. And we recommend uploading a high-resolution image of your piece into the record. This high-resolution image will be stored on your account and then automatically downsized for web if you choose to create a public profile. We find this has been an invaluable time-saving feature for artists, as you no longer need to worry about storing the high-resolution image elsewhere in a random drive somewhere like we all have. So it's easier to search for and access in case you need to send to important clients, publications, or even to printers for reproductions. This image will also be used as a thumbnail for reports. And in terms of image and file size, we accept most file types up to 30 megabytes and suggest that you upload a 300 dpi JPEG or a PDF image. And of course, a high-resolution image is not required to continue adding your artwork. It's just our recommendation based on how we think your work could be best represented and what might save you time in the future. So here you can see all the information fields available when uploading your artwork. You can add as much or as little information about each piece. The only required field is the title. But I will say, the more information that you enter about the work, the more powerful the system becomes. And each field you fill in will then be available to be searched or filtered through. I also want to mention another great time-saving trick, which is our Quick Edit feature. So when you're on the main dashboard, you can actually click this icon in the upper right-hand corner of an image of a piece, and it'll allow you to quickly edit any information without having to leave the page. You can also expand any image from here with this icon and quickly move through larger images of your pieces. Now let's explore more with a piece already uploaded in the system. We'll select average dimensionality as an example. So when I pull up my record on this piece, You can see that I have a lot of information on the work that has been built up over time. So here's my size, medium, subject matter, type of work it is, price, when it was created, and my unique inventory number. Now, we don't automatically generate inventory numbers for you in the system. So many of our artists and collectors have their own way of numbering, so it's really a challenge to come up with a one-size-fits-all solution. And we offer so many ways to sort and filter that it's also largely unnecessary unless you have some specific requirement related to needing one. We also have a feature called Collections that allows you to categorize your work in a number of ways that suit you, and we'll talk more about that feature in a minute. Now, back to the piece. Not only do you see the basic information about it, but also who that work has sold to, where it has been, and if it has shown in any exhibits throughout the years. You can also reference any print reproductions of the work, attach installation shots or contracts, add expenses related to the piece, and here is where you can access that original high-resolution image that we mentioned earlier. Entering key details also helps you quickly retrieve information like price and dimensions. So when a collector inquires about a specific artwork, you have that right at your fingertips. No more searching everywhere for an up-to-date price list or digging through previous emails or paper trails. Artwork Archive can really hold it all for you so that you can quickly get what you need and get back to making art. Now let's explore some of the other features listed under Pieces on the left-hand menu. So under Pieces, you'll find the Editions feature. An edition is considered a set of original works intended for reproduction produced by or under the supervision of the artist who designed it. So this feature makes it easy to create a set of multiple editions within the system and have them grouped together. This also saves you time entering information for similar works. So examples of editions include printmaking techniques like etchings and lithographs, fine art photography prints, bronze castings, ceramics, and so forth. Right under editions is the runs and reproduction section. So a reproduction is considered a copy of the original work, usually created using photomechanical means. Examples of reproductions include prints, posters, print as a service items such as pillows and garments, cards, etc. One thing to note is that editions should be used when you want to track extended information about an edition to artwork. So in editions, you can track everything you can in a piece record, and you can also add editions to all reports and build a comprehensive record with location and sales history. Reproductions are more limited and should be used when you want to track a number of prints with only the critical information like size, medium, and sales. However, reproductions do not count against your total piece count in your account plan, so you can use these for tracking high-level information about prints. Next up is the Collections feature. So collections are a convenient way to visually group your artworks, which can make it easier to generate reports and presentations. For example, let's say a collector reaches out and is interested in my geometric work. So I can create a collection and include only the pieces from my inventory that I think match this description. From there, I can create all types of reports to download or send based on this new dedicated collection. If I wanted to delete this collection, I can simply go back and click delete next to the main title. And if I wanted to edit or add a piece to this collection at any point, I can do so by clicking edit and then update the information. And don't worry, if you delete a collection, this will not delete the artwork from your main inventory. Another fact to know is that you can actually show these collections on your public profile. So you can also embed these collections on a website outside of Artwork Archive. But once again, I do not want to get too ahead of ourselves here, as we're just giving you an overview of this feature. Now let's go back to our home base, as I want to briefly touch on what else we have available to create under the artwork section. The private rooms feature is a popular one, as it allows you to curate a dynamic online viewing room to share with select clients and collaborators. So you have complete control over what you want to share, and you can even protect it with a passphrase. You can customize how people will view your private room, and once you save it, you can preview how recipients will see it on their end. It's only live once you publish, and you can unpublish, edit, copy, or delete at any time. Recipients are then able to comment on and favorite artworks, making it easy to work together all in one place. And if you're looking for a convenient way to get those high resolution images of your work to a specific client or contact, say like a gallery, for instance, you can enable the download option. So there's no need to try and squeeze all those large images into a single email. Locations are any place your work is showing outside of your own inventory, such as galleries, shows, places of business, storage facilities, etc. And here you'll get an overview of what is currently showing at this location. Also, what has sold from the location and what has exhibited here in the past. You can also include any important contracts and keep track of important dates by setting automatic reminders for yourself through the schedule. So whether you're consigning something to a gallery, submitting to an exhibition, or just looking for a better way to manage your own inventory in different studios or storage facilities, this is where you can keep track of that information. The locations feature is also a great place to gain some insights on where the majority of your sales are coming from. And don't forget the peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly where your work is at any given time. The exhibition feature is where you will keep track of temporary locations of your artwork and build your exhibition history of each piece. Exhibitions help you track and record past, present, and future exhibitions, competitions, grant submissions, and more. So just like the locations feature, you're able to include important details like dates, additional documents, where the exhibition is happening, and how many works you submitted. And after you upload which works you submitted, you are then able to change the status of those pieces here. What's great is that when you add accepted works to the exhibition, those details will then be added to that individual artwork's exhibition history. Adding your exhibitions ensures you aren't submitting the same piece to multiple shows at the same time and helps you stay on top of critical deadlines like submission and pickup dates, because it automatically enters those dates into your schedule. And speaking of schedule, we know that life gets busy, and that just gets more true as your career progresses. So the schedule feature is meant to help you manage your time and avoid missing those critical deadlines. This is where those exhibition alerts will go that I mentioned earlier. But you can also use it to schedule follow-ups with clients, meetings, and any other time-sensitive items. Your reminders for the next 12 months will show up here, and then you will also automatically receive a weekly update of your upcoming to-dos every Monday to your email. You can even sync your artwork archive dates with other calendars, such as Google Calendar, Outlook, or iCal. And you can also manage your client details and schedule reminders through the contact feature that I'll show you here. So with contacts, you can build new relationships and strengthen existing ones through the CRM, or as we call it, the customer relationship management. So in addition to adding your client's information, you can also log past conversations, schedule follow-ups, track sales, and easily send reports in online viewing rooms. Building new relationships and strengthening existing ones are key to the success of an artist, and the contact section is where you can do both. If it feels overwhelming right now, don't worry. We have a recorded webinar dedicated just to this feature that is worth checking out. If your goal is to make a living doing what you love, which I think all of us are hoping for that, managing your finances is a necessary part of that journey. So the income section is where you can manage incoming revenue from sales or other sources of income like teaching. You can manage general expenses as well as expenses for a specific work of art. And that last part can be especially useful when you're trying to get a clear picture of how much you've spent creating that work to help you inform pricing. This is also an incredibly handy feature when it comes to tax time, as you'll have all of your information at your fingertips. And don't forget, you can always sort or filter any of these sections to find exactly what you need. The Sales and Donations tab gives you a detailed overview of pieces sold, and you can reference the invoices from each sale. You can also create a sales report directly from here. The Invoices section is where you can generate professional-looking invoices for your clients and track the progress on past invoices. Now, let's jump down to Reports and My Docs. So once you have uploaded some work, you'll really start to experience the time-saving benefits of this specific section. Whether it's an inventory report, a polished portfolio page, or catalog, tear sheets, branded invoices, or certificates of authenticity, you can create professional-looking reports all in one place and with ease. In addition, we also have some really comprehensive reporting for taxes and business insights that we can go more in depth on in our 201 webinar. Now let's take a look at the sort of reports you can generate here. I'm going to briefly provide an overview of reports and how to generate your first one, but for a more detailed explanation or steps on how to generate a different type of report, you can access articles outlining each process in the Help Doc section under the Learning Center. So let's generate an inventory report. As you can see, there are a ton of options here that you can include, like thumbnails and sizing options, contact information like your logo or website, and you can even choose to customize how you would like your pieces to be sorted on the final report. Decide what kind of font or header design feels right for each one, and choose to include prices, status, descriptions, current locations, or even a link for someone to download the high-resolution image associated with each piece. When you scroll down, you will see that you can select which pieces you want to include on your report, and you can save time by filtering by status, subject, medium, and more. Select your pieces, click Add, and then click Generate Report. You will then be taken back to the main reports page, which will store all of your previously generated reports. When that report is done being generated, you can immediately view, download, or share it. And if you need to edit it at any point, simply click this edit icon on the right and it will open the report back up and you can regenerate the new and improved version. And to save time with all of your reports, you can create templates with your favorite settings already chosen, which comes in handy when you're needing to quickly send inventory reports or portfolio pages to multiple people over and over again. With so many different artists using our system, we really try to keep these reports as flexible as possible so you can adjust them to fit your exact needs. Now let's take a look at some examples of how the other reports are being used. So what we just created was an inventory report. This is a really great report to present to galleries and art dealers who want to see your available inventory, or for collectors, this is also a great report to give to insurance companies so that they have a record of all your pieces and their value. Tear sheets are a more condensed version of inventory reports with more images on each page and just the essential information for each artwork. So these are really useful when you need to share an overview of your inventory while using fewer pages than an inventory report. I also really love to use tear sheets when I'm doing a manual inventory process in my studio. So I'll print out a tear sheet and then go and cross off the pieces once I see them in my studio. Portfolio pages showcase one artwork per page along with the description and key information about the work. And similar to portfolio pages, catalog pages include a large primary image of your artwork along with an optional secondary page with thumbnails and expanded provenance information like exhibition history and publication history. Consignment reports allow you to generate a polished checklist of works that you will be dropping off at the gallery. You can include terms and conditions of sales, address how art should be cared for, and formalize an agreement all on this one report. This is super handy and looks incredibly professional when you show up to drop work off with a consignment report that has all the key information so no one's flipping through trying to remember important dates or remember what you agreed upon. For upcoming exhibitions, you can create artwork labels and QR labels. You can display them on the wall or affix them to an artwork for easy reference during installations. I know personally that I really love adding these labels to the back of my artworks so I'm not forgetting important details like price or medium. I can just look on the back, remember what I've put into my inventory system, and then also when I'm dropping off work, they don't need to look or go back to an email transcription. They can just look and see on the label on the back of the piece. You can also send notes or exhibition announcements in the mail by printing off address labels. So you can get these labels printed with the information directly from your contacts, which is so handy. Nothing helps an art career more than keeping your financial records organized. So with the sales and expense reports, you can keep track of where all your sources of income are generated. You can also keep track of where your money is going and what you can write off at the end of the year for taxes. And once all these records are recorded in Artwork Archive, you can easily export these reports to Excel or CSV to upload in QuickBooks or any other accounting software that you might use. Impress clients and stay organized with an exhibition report tied to the important show dates, location information, and pieces in a specific exhibition. You can send this along with pieces for a show or print and keep for your own records. This also comes in handy if you have multiple people working in your studio, so assistants or interns. You can have these exhibition reports ready so everyone stays on track and knows what needs to go where, when. You can create and send certificates of authenticity with each piece, which guarantees your collectors peace of mind that what they just purchased is an original artwork made by you. As always, if you ever need help with reports, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We have a ton of resources guiding artists on when to use what, as well as helpful articles outlining the process to create each one. You can find all of those in the blog or help doc section of our website. So as we're nearing the end of this 101 webinar, I wanted to briefly show you some other exciting features in your Artwork Archive account. In the Insights section, you can track sales for better bookkeeping, gain insights over time, and visually see the value of your pieces at each of your locations. And lastly, with your Artwork Archive account, you can create a public profile. So by default, all of your information and images are completely private, but you can choose to take advantage of this feature and easily add your profile to the Discovery section of Artwork Archive to gain more visibility and share your portfolio with clients more easily. For those of you who may not know, Discovery is a platform on Artwork Archive that showcases the amazing works and collections of the artists, collectors, and organizations that have chosen to activate their public profile. You can access it by going to Discovery on the top menu if you're not logged in, and if you are logged in, it's on the left-hand menu under Resources. In the public settings for your profile, you can choose if viewers are able to inquire or purchase a piece, and by clicking either button, they will then be prompted to fill out a message or purchase request, and you'll see that message appear in your Artwork Archive inbox like we showed you earlier. From there, you can create an invoice where you can include options for debit or credit card and PayPal. And we do not have any shopping cart or one-click checkout options, as most of our artists are selling one-of-a-kind works and really like the opportunity to form a relationship with the client. That way, it's easier to work out shipping details and cover any other questions that may come up in that process. And while we do have a number of people using Artwork Archive's public profile as their website, it wasn't our intention when creating it. So the public profile is an easy way for artists to showcase their work, share who they are as an artist, and amplify their existing web presence. And we believe that having a website that you have 100% control over versus a one-size-fits-all template is important. And we recommend looking at the public profile as a complement to that site. And that is especially true now that you can easily embed your public profile into your own personal website, like a Squarespace page, Wix, or WordPress, and you can avoid double entry on both sites. Now, that was a lot of information all at once, but our hope is that you feel more comfortable exploring your Artwork Archive account as you get started archiving your work. We have a ton of resources available to you in the form of video tutorials, articles, and blog posts, and we also send out a newsletter with helpful advice for your art career and art opportunities. So you can sign up for that and find all of those resources on our website. And remember, once you're feeling comfortable within the platform, we also host a 201 webinar going more in depth with some of these features that we highlighted today. We really want you to get the most out of your Artwork Archive account. So if you're interested in joining that session, you can sign up for it and view it on the webinars tab on our website. I just want to say thank you so much for coming and watching this webinar. And if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to team@artworkarchive.com. You can also find us in the little blue chat button at the bottom of your screen when you log into your account, or you can check out the Resource Center for additional video tutorials. We hope you enjoyed this webinar and happy archiving!